Drop down, gonna be looking for Hajizi. Hajizi out of the picture. Fight breaking out. Glorious pathway drop down too. Flap's finally gone. TWIS in his tracks, and now Escalera on the run, but Kyle will find him. It's gonna be dealt with. Gonna do as much damage as they can. They're gonna jump in under the pathway, under the turret. Ogwin's already gone. Still, TWIS of Mind's gonna be you got the wave pushing it up top. They're probably gonna have to deal with that. Escalera's gonna be able to jump in. Glorious pathway to try to cut them off, and Kyle TZ chasing Hajizi down.
To help out your jungler, in this case, Kyle TZ, and then allow the Kalia to be able to play up into the Guinevere of Twisted Minds, which is not really a bad matchup, but at least both of them have threats of just jumping in.
That's right. So we're into game number 1 here between Falcons and Twisted Minds. Falcons PH just doing some pretty good job despite the loss again. Yes, last week.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
So let's see if they can continue that here. Again, despite being playoff secured, they are still fighting for that upper bracket slot.
See if they can get off to a good start in this best of 3. It'd be great. Twisted Minds bring this lineup. You know, it's not anything too crazy.
Go Few!
Wow, Few going really aggressive. Flickers on out, but MP. As we were just saying, maybe they get the right footing already in game 1, and they do.
Ooh. Talking about crazy, I mean, I think that happened right there and right now. MP the game feels like he is out for blood here today.
Yeah, I think in the last 5 years, that's the most aggressive I've seen Few in the middle lane. Oh,
already jumping in again. Escalera going to try to get away. It does flicker, but it won't be able to escape. So, hey, Few gets one back from earlier.
Quick re-uptake here, and Falcons feel like they might be at a bit of an advantage coming up on the top side. And again, Hajizi very happy to just deal with that whatever happens here on the mid. Now we're going to see them kind of just rotating here up top. Try to get outplayed in a good scenario maybe, but again, map presence is already a given for these folks. So pretty sure they're going to be fine. Maybe run up to the turtle next in 20 seconds.
Kyle TZ just casually clearing the wave for Super Marco. That means a total reset on that wave. So Team Falcons don't have to worry about the matchup between the Harith and Granger. So that allows them to just focus solely on a Searle take against Twisted Minds.
Yeah. We haven't seen anything too crazy yet here, but Falcons really fast attack so on the turtle.
Already going to be jumping in. Spatial Migration or Revitalize going to be popped as well. Kyle TZ will get the turtle. Fight's still going to break out. Ogwin holding James out front, and now Kyle TZ is going to be the one to go down, and now Escalera chased by 3 from Team Falcons as Ogwin picks up a kill. So an objective and some kills for both teams.
Yeah, to be fair, you take that for MP the King. Like, he got a kill, and that was the enemy jungler, and that allows him to invade the jungle of Kyle TZ here. Unfortunately, he meets the Granger, and he used the electrifying beats. No retribution as well. So that means Purple Buff is safe for Kyle.
That's right. And that's usually what's important, right? You don't get that turtle, but you still get that post-turtle team fight. That's usually what our current world champions Onyx Philippines usually does as well.
Yeah.
So always have something for the trade. Keeps that goal lead very much close together.
Yeah, so far, Twisted Minds are having a good time on MP the King. This Joy is going to be able to scale up and fight against Team Falcons. But remember, there's an upcoming power spike for both the Granger and the Suyo. Once the Sky Piercer comes out for Super Marco, wondering if he's going to rush it this game. Oh, never mind. He's going for the 100 strike first.
Ooh, that's a more conservative approach, isn't it? You want to be able to have a better power spike in the next team fight. It's usually what that means.
Yeah. You usually go for a Sea Halberd first against this lineup of Twisted Minds. There's a ton of healed on their side.
And Spell Vamp.
Yeah, and Spell Vamp. But the 100 strength does give him mobility to escape from the clutches of the Guinevere and the Joy. So I do think it's a safe way for Super Market to go with, because I don't think the earlier rush Sky Piercer would actually have worked, considering that Kyle has to recover some ground first.
Yep, gonna go ahead and sidestep. Escalera gonna be in trouble, gets caught in. The slam wasn't even needed from Ogwin. So already a kill. Turtle comes up. Team Falcons has the numbers advantage. James will go ahead and give that information So they're going to go ahead and grab the buffs that they need. Few, pretty aggressive again in the mid lane, and now has to flicker out defensively from James. Meanwhile, Team Falcons holding the turtle the whole time, waiting for Kyle Teasy to make his way. MP just on the other side. Now Few gonna have to get away and dodge out from outplayed. Gonna be in trouble. Kyle Teasy gets the turtle. Few's already gone. Now Kyle trying to run away. Flap and Oakland here to help him out. They'll go ahead and split up. Twisted Minds. James slowly whittled down, but they'll call it off. Turtle secured for Team Falcons.
This Galea pick from Team Falcons is soloing some of the tough members on the side of Twisted Minds. The Surge of Life with the Revitalize from Flapteasy allows Ogren to sort of like be a fighter as well for Team Falcons.
And that Surge of Life actually hurts. It even attacks towers, by the way, so the damage is insane. The sustain coming in from it is also just impossible to match with in a 1v1 scenario. So I think the Kalea really is working well with a Revitalize, with a Hylos as well in this matchup.
Yep. And for Twisted Minds, at this point, you're basically just waiting for MP the King and Outplay to have their items, but it's go time for Team Falcons.
They're going to go again, and there's the Tsunami Slam. Escalera will be able to get away, utilizing the flicker and the spatial migration out.
There you go. Looking really good so far for Falcons. They're taking as much as they can. Twisted Minds just trying to keep that gold as close as possible, but they're having a hard time doing it.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, they're on not recovery mode, but they're just waiting for trades to happen. As they're you know, if you're Twisted Minds, you want to dodge team fights. You want to be able to just get trades, look for potential counter engages. And for Team Falcons, now that they have the Sky Piercer on Super Marco, it's go time. This is the time where you want to showcase the strength of the Suyo and the Granger.
Yeah, and Few also has that glowing wand, so we got lifesteal under control here.
Wow, so Glorious Pathway dropped down by Flap just to keep the turret up. Good usage from Flapteasy there and Super Marco. That was 4 members of Twisted Minds up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's an attempted push, but Team Falcons have defended, but they've exhausted the Glorious Pathway, so this is going to be a much easier take here for Twisted Minds if they ever want to contest.
They should contest this. They know that's down for now. Still going to be able to respect that front line. Again, they're going to force a fight here. Revitalize going to be used as well, and Turtle for the taking. It's going to be Kyle that grabs it again. Already one down, and Kyle Teasy will jump in. Able to go in with the Surge and the Soul Sever, but no one falling from Twisted Minds. But they slowly continue to lose ground in the gold department.
Dude, Few, the veterancy and the experience on this guy, he had the Fettered Airstrike copied with IMU, and then he saw MP the King trying to cross from the middle lane, so he went on and used the Fettered Airstrike to poke the Joy, and MP the King was late to that turtle fight. Even though they lost the Hylos, the Twisted Minds, they still are able to get the turtle for Kyle Teasy.
Yeah, that turtle really does stack up, and it does matter over time, so right now it feels like just Flapteasy going down, that's a trade I would take any day.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Twisted Minds, you're just buying time. You're buying time for MP the King and Outplay to get their items. Look for the the team fight in the later stages of the game, especially around the Lord dances. And right now, Team Falcons, as much as they're leading by 2k gold, they're just up by a whole tower, and that's it. You know, Twisted Minds, they're still free to roam around the map. They're not constricted with their map movements. There's still lanes to be covered, and a lot of minions to be farmed. So I think if you're Twisted Minds, you're still happy.
Oh,
you're again, the game.
Pathway dropped down. Gonna be looking for Hot Jeezy. Hot Jeezy out of the picture already. Tsunami Slam back in. A flicker from James, though, will try to keep him alive. And he does get away with his speed here on that Hilda. So only one casualty there. Team Falcons gets it.
That's not a good trade for Falcons, I would say. Yes, they got the kill in the far side, but they also lose the tower on the top lane. Even though the Purify was burned on Hajizi, still, you're not touching the course of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, not really able to do that much. Actually, I saw the gold dip below like 1,800 lead, so that means there was really some good that happened for Twisted Minds in terms of gold in that last trade. But then again, there's still so much map control here for Falcons. I feel like they have so much to work with either way.
Yeah, there goes a Halberd for Super Marco. Now this changes things up. So some form of anti-heal for the Granger. And I do think Few has a glowing one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he does. He built that really quickly. It was first item.
Lord Dance.
Conceal going to be used. Escalera trying to lead the charge here. Lord, a fourth of the health. MP's going to jump in, and Kyle gets it again with the retribution after he goes down. So Kyle falls. Lord secure, though, for Team Falcons. They'll go ahead and just regroup without the jungler here.
It's actually insane, bro. Did you see that? Owen literally just bodied Escalera.
Yep. That block
Oh my
from
god.
the rumor of Twisted Minds really prevented that Lord fight from both Escalera and outplayed. MP the King losing the retribution to Suyu. Of course, to Suyu. You know, Soul Sever retribution.
Yep.
Pretty broken.
Pretty difficult to
Yeah.
win.
Tile Strike is already used up here, but Tsunami Slam is available. They're trying to go and wrap around, but there's just no way that Twisted Minds can get a good angle to attack.
Ogwen's got that ultimate flap as well. They're just going to go ahead and try to walk this Lord up. Main goal is to get some of these shields down. If Conceal was used, MP pushed in that mid lane, and they might try to cut him off, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. They know the orange buff is up. Lord already dealt with, still holding on to the shield there on that bottom side for Twisted Minds. Main focus for Team Falcons is to get the turrets they can and steal what buffs they can.
Yeah, get rid of those towers so that they can actually control the map. So far, MP the King, again, still dodging the team fights that Team Falcons are getting into in the middle lane, but this is going to be a different story.
Owen
whoa!
jumping again with a Tsunami Slam. They'll find Escalera this time with the Tidal Strike and Tsunami Slam comboed together. They find Escalera, but that turret in the mid still stands.
Special delivery. That's what Ogwen's calling out here, and Escalera is having a bad time in this game.
Yeah, but look at the farm though. They're almost neck and neck. Like this gold lead from Team Falcons is mostly coming from the Granger, out farming, outplayed. But do take note, Twisted Minds, they have an amazing late game.
MP the King still 3-0.
Yeah, exactly. Just constantly trading the map, and now they finally break the tower in the middle lane. But at what cost? They got a tower on the bottom lane as well, and MP the King still was farming.
So it does feel like they're losing out on money. They're hemorrhaging money from out of nowhere. It's like their pockets are kind of have holes in it, you know? The way that they're going around the map and doing some trades. Twisted Minds are actually doing something pretty good. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, there will come a point in time where this Joy will be unmatched in the side lane. Like they have to at least put 2 heroes there, or unless they want to put the Hylos on the side lane, which is bad. Because, you know, they would just not care about the Hylos at all, and then fight 4v5 with Twisted Minds. So I do think there's a lot of danger with Team Falcons' timings right now. Like, they're leading by 2.7k, but you're also playing into the late game of a Joy and a Harriet that could just demolish these frontliners of Team Falcons.
And they're really going to suffer here a lot, especially that front line. James can't really keep the fight properly corralled here.
Anybody see that, Retry?
Yep.
I had my eyes closed for like 5 seconds.
Kyle got it.
Yeah, but there were like a couple of HP left. But they know that there's no retribution in Kyle though.
There's no burn, and that's fine. They can try to buy some time here if you're Falcons. But Twisted Minds see, you know what? Maybe we have an opening here.
Hello? No retry?
No retry, but he's going to have it now.
He's going to have it back up now.
He's going to go ahead and start it up.
Okay.
Already gave him the signal that they are ready to fight it out. Flap taking a couple shots. Ogwen just kind of taking a peek from the air. Escalera's going to jump in and won't be able to find that connection he was looking for. Still fight breaking out. Glorious Pathway dropped down too. Flap's finally gone. Twisted Minds might get control, but no, Super Marco will be able to find James, and now they get the Lord as well. MP gets stopped in his tracks, and now Escalera on the run, but Kyle will find him. Immortality popped, and Super Marco picks up a kill, 3 down for Twisted Minds.
Wow, Ogwen making the difference here for Team Falcons, stopping MP the King not just once, but twice in that team fight. And also that Lord knockup, 6v5 situation for Twisted Minds. James, very unfortunate. Could have flickered out, by the way. But that knockup from the Lord allowed Team Falcons to reset the fight and reposition with Ogwen.
Bad boy Lord right there. He knew the assignment and he actually went for it. And right now, Twisted Minds have to mount a pretty incredible defense here to really block this out. James having a hard time keeping that front line in check here.
Okay, Lord's going to be dealt with. Going to do as much damage as they can. They're going to jump in under the pathway, under the turret. Ogwen's already gone. Still, Twisted Minds are going to be able to hold their own under that push from the Lord, but that turret finally going to go down. James flickers out defensively. Another turret's going to fall in the mid lane, and Escalera might try to swing around to be able to catch Super Marco. The base is already going to be worked on, but the minions are up, and that might be all that Twisted Minds needed to stay in the game.
Yeah, could defend, but there's still more minions that are coming in. A Feathered Airstrike already used. So this is definitely an opportunity for Team Falcons if they want to take it, but they're going to back off.
Luckily, they do have that Farsa, which is pretty decent in the mid-game, or sort of late game here. But we might get a chance to see that late game that the Farsa might have a hard time catching up. Yeah, that's my biggest problem with Farsa right now, though. Although he's very strong in the early, right?
Yep. I mean, it's still strong in the late game, but there's definitely a lot more tools in the arsenal of Team Falcons here, especially with the Glorious Pathway, the jumps from Ogwin. But right now, the main problem for Twisted Minds is the prevention from Ogwin. Not allowing MP the King to join, to join the fight.
Yeah,
no pun intended there. But for Twisted Minds, again, there's a lot of angles that could be potentially explored with by the Harith and the Joy. But they have to deal with this Kalia first, because honestly, Ogwin at this point is getting to Twisted Mind's nerves.
He's just loco. Yeah, I was gonna say he's just he's the bodyguard, man. Like, how many times has he body blocked basically all those angles that Twisted Minds can actually try to take?
He's a UFC master.
It's so satisfying.
Master Ogwin.
It's so satisfying to just watch a Kalea play, right? Especially with the way Ogwin's doing it.
If you're playing it, yeah.
If you're playing it.
But if you're against it,
no. The sound effects, man, it's so crunchy.
But if you're against it, no. No, that's not fun. Like, it's not fun to play against.
It's over and over again, right?
I've never played her, so I don't know the sound effects.
You're gonna love the sound effects, man. It's so crunchy and it's so nice. It's so wonderful to hear, especially if you're teammates with it.
I've never heard sound effects described as crunchy.
It is though.
I'd say crispy, not crunchy.
Okay.
Like the sounds are crisp, but I would say it's crispy, but also a lot of bass.
There's a lot of. You just feel the impact, and I think right now we are seeing the big impact of this Kalea in this game. In the hands of Ogwin, though, Escalera very early conceal here.
Yeah, he's gonna use it. They burn out a flicker, but Hajizi popping the Feathered Airstrike too. Wow. So this Lord's gonna be starting up. A couple crucial spells used already. Couple ultimates for both sides too. MP will wait patiently. Maybe this is the one he's able to go steal from Kyle Teasy. It's going to go for a reset for now, though.
Dude, Kyle Daisy dodged the flicker jump once. Few did the same thing. And this is respect from Team Falcons, and also just a methodical and fundamental approach. They know that Escalera just might find a target there, so they just committed with a flicker to get out.
Jumping in again, already utilizing the Tsunami Slam, but James going to be fine. They're going to force the fight anyway. Lord's going to be worked on. There's the spatial migration into the Requiem. Flap Teasy's gone, and Ogwin Immortality going to be popped. He's still going to be alive, though. And they force them back. It's Twisted Minds. MP jumps into the fight, and Kyle will get the Lord, and now MP on the run. Kyle Teasy goes and cleans up the fight and outplayed. Dropping down the Zaman Force. Kyle's going to be dropped down too. Pops the Winter Crown. Few trying to help him out. Super Marco trying to get space from James. Gets the Immortality. The jump in from Ogwin. They're 1 versus 2. Meanwhile, on top, Few held his own as well. He bought time. Marco might jump in. Flickers forward. Gets a couple shots off. Rhapsody into outplayed, but Escalera's there with him too. The gold versus the Rome battle. Outplayed. Goes in. He has goes down into the tumble now. Super Marco goes in and gets the kill, and the Lord goes down the mid.
He thought he had it. He thought he had it. No flicker. No rondo as well for Super Marco, but the Zaman Force ended. Haji though. The Immortality purchase.
Gets the Immortality and the Rose Gold.
Right on time.
Oh my goodness, this game.
They stay in the game.
Yeah, the burst as well. From Kyle Teasy earlier and Super Marco to outplay MP the King. The opportunity was there for the Joy to steal the Lord, but the Death Sonata with the Soul Sever and Retribution got the Lord here for Team Falcons. And then what happened after that was an amazing sequence of micro mechanics from both Twisted and Team Falcons.
But wasn't this exactly what we were talking about before the game started? Twisted Minds are so good. They're adept at these team fights. They know how to kill their opponent.
Yeah, outplayed almost had an outplay scenario there, but unfortunately the Zaman Force ran out and he didn't have enough Chrono Dashes against Super Marco. And then that Immo purchase was sexy. from the
sexy.
bulletproof.
It's
Because
last minute.
he did not want to die right there.
He's still bulletproof, man.
Yep, still holding on to that 0 death.
Super clutch, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing. Right now, Falcons feel like they are at least a little bit ahead in terms of overall gold, but that gold isn't really that much. It's only 2.7k.
810 stacks, that's almost unlimited. Rhapsody for Super Marco. Could
50
just
stacks.
spam it for days.
50 stacks is a lot as well. That's gonna hurt.
Yes, sir.
On that Sky Piercer.
That's like what? 11%, right?
More than that.
Or 13? I forgot the numbers on the Sky Piercer, honestly.
Insane. And on the other hand, Outplayed is still staying true to his name, able to do some really crazy stuff. Same with View, by the way. He was doing a 1v3, 1v2 up there. He actually got a kill.
Yeah. Oh, James.
Oh, James.
Just for some vision.
Trying to get that vision. It's
Look at that bait.
stand up.
See, this is why Grange is OP, man. Marksmen aren't supposed to be able to do this, with the sole exception of Claude, sure. But that's a mobility spell. This is a poke that in the late game is spammable as hell.
In that range as well. The range is insane, right? So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. And now James, maybe he's caught up on items. Maybe he can hold the front line a little bit better this time around with Escalera on the sides. Obviously trying to get more catches on this Guinevere.
Ooh, Twisted Minds actually has good control around this Lord. Flapteezy giving the information. You got the wave pushing it up top. They're probably going to have to deal with that. Escalera's going to be able to jump in. Of course, Pathway to try to cut them off, and Kyle Teasy chasing Hajizi down. He's going to get stunned, though. Still looking for the kill. He's going to be able to find Haji. Haji's gone, but Kyle's gone in exchange. MP's still up, but Super Marco will pick up another kill. The flicker forward from Few. They're going to force MP back.
Look at the
They
base.
still have control. The base is being pushed. Twisted Minds has to go back to deal with that, but Lord is secured by Ogwin.
Oh, it's
They'll
close!
clear out the
Oh my
minions.
God.
And
Oh
they
my
keep
God, there's
it
more
together.
minions!
It's close!
They can push this in. A Few and Super Marco and Flap. They just have to walk in with these minions.
2 more hits.
Glorious Pathway drop down. Twisted Minds will try to do everything they can to stay
MP,
in the game
MP.
and clear things out. They get the winner crown of popped already, and they're jumping in towards it, and Super Marco will end the game, and now 1-0.